good morning everyone. I'm Lyka and I'm one of the 5 tour guides who will accompany you during your stay here in Aurora. Beside me is our coach captain, Pia Bosby. Say hi to our coach captain. On behalf of 4-in-1 Travel Company, I'd like to welcome you all to Aurora. We will arrive in our first destination in 20 minutes. Now, I'd like to take some time to inform you about our rules and regulations. First, smoking is strictly prohibited inside the bus, but eating foods are allowed. Second, we will always follow the itinerary given to you and always stay with the group. Third, please take care of your personal belongings while walking in the city. And if you have any questions and clarifications, please don't hesitate to call our attentions. Is that all clear, my dear tourists? Okay, while we are waiting for our first destination, let me tell you about some details of Aurora. Aurora is located at the eastern part of Central Luzon and part of the Region 3. Okay, I have a little trivia for you guys. Did you know that Aurora became a sub-province of Galilaya or the Quezon Province now? In 1951 through the Republic Act 468, and later on, the Aurora Province became a separate province from Quezon on August 13, 1979 by authority of Batas Pambansa No. 7. And also, in fact, the province was named after President Manuel Quezon's wife, Aurora Quezon. The capital of Aurora Province is Baler, which is known for having big waves and is usually invaded by surfers from different places of the world. That is why it is called birthplace of surfing in the Philippines. So let's go for our first destination.
A few moments later.
We are now at our first destination, the Doña Aurora Quezon House. It is located at Rizal Street, Poblacion, Baler, Aurora. It was owned by her father, Pedro Aragon. So this house was a residential before. But when Spanish-American War and Philippine-American War happened in Baler, it was burned down back then. But then, it was being reconstructed after. The Doña Aurora house is a 2-story ancestral house, and the house is entirely made of wood, with lower floor comprising the basement. If you're roaming inside the house, you can see some historical stuffs, notes that was being preserved since then. You can also find some sayas that was used by Aurora Quezon. One of the most interesting highlights of Doña Aurora Quezon House is the 1936 Chrysler Airflow limousine, the presidential car that was formerly displayed in the garage. Okay guys, I will give you some time to take photos and later on, we will go to our next destination.
2 hours later.
Hi and welcome to our second destination, Museo de Baler. This museum displays artifacts and paintings about the history of Aurora. It also exhibits the ethnic groups, the Dimagat and the Ilonggo. There are Chinese porcelain that was from galleon trade and was recovered from a shipwreck on Manila Bay. As you can see in front of the museum, the President Manuel L. Quezon, who was born in Baler, Aurora, also has a statue in the center of the park in honor to his name. Even his restored presidential car was also showcased in the museum's artifacts. Aside from that, the museum also houses old records of letters, drawings, and reports from the Franciscan missionaries who settled in Aurora from 1609 to 1899. Inside of the museum, there's also a section for the Siege of Baler and some of the props used in the local film entitled Baler. I hope you enjoyed looking some of the memories and histories of Aurora through Museo de Baler. I am Vianca Ramos and I am one of your tour guide for today.
1 hour later.
Good day everyone! Have you enjoyed the previous destination? Well, I'm sure you will also like our third destination for today. Before anything else, I would like to introduce myself. I am Julia and I welcome you all to Ermita Hill. So let's have a little backstory to this attraction. December 27, 1735 was the most memorable date here in Baler when a tidal wave engulfed a big part of the town without a warning. They said the phenomenon was weird because it happened so suddenly. There were no signs or manifestations of a bad weather and there were no predicted typhoon during the time. Only 6 families survived the said disaster when they swam towards the Ermita Hill. Now, a new community sprang into what is now the Poblacion of Baler, leaving Kinagunasan, which is the place of devastation. A mural depicting this wave can be found in Museo de Baler in town. So, everyone, I will give you time to look around, and after 1 hour, we will go back to the van and proceed to the next destination.
2 hours later.
Good day everyone, my name is Criselda Santos and I'm your tour guide to our fourth destination, which is Baler Hanging Bridge. Baler Hanging Bridge is located in Sitio Sabali and connects two barangay, which is Barangay Tibag and Barangay Sabang. Hanging Bridge is a steel cable footbridge over the most green water of the Tibag and Sabang River, which is about 15 feet below the bridge. It has a grand view of the river mouth while crossing the bridge. You can reach the other side of the bridge for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how slowly you walk. This bridge is actually built for the use of the locals and not intended for tourism, but accidentally it became a tourist attraction in Baler. So if you want a bit of history and it was time to indulge more something adventurous, try this kind of activity, because what's exciting about this bridge is it sways sideways and move up and downward when you walk through. So that's all for this destination. I hope that you learn a lot, and we will proceed now to our last destination that will be discussed by Miss Alicia Eusebio.
Just then.
Good day! I am Alicia and I will be your tour guide for Cemento Beach. Cemento Beach is one of the largest, cleanest, and most visited beach in the province of Aurora. The name Cemento comes from cement-like appearance of rock and the boulders found along it. This beach has more intense wave because it's surrounded by rock, and that's make surfing in this area more difficult. The waves is mostly suitable for expert and professional surfers. That is one of the reasons why some of local and international competition are held here. One of the examples is the annual Aurora surfing competition frequented by Australian, Japanese, and European surfers. The best time to surf in this beach is from October to April, and from April to June, this beach is perfect for wall diving. And I hope you enjoy the tour.
The next day.
Did you enjoy the Aurora tour, guys? I hope you enjoy our tour here in Aurora, and I hope that this experience will be memorable to all of you. On behalf of Foreign Travel Company, thank you for joining us in this wonderful trip. Thank you, and have a nice day.